Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, SD province, blue team. It's a bunch of Tyranids, couple of Hive Tyrants, this is a dice roll, and we have Sparkky. These guys walk through objects and cannot be suppressed, very durable fellas with a strong offense and support. Begin with a basic synapse in melee combat. I shall call you Ricardo and Rodriguez. Rounding off this team, where have we gone to? He's sneaky, there he is, it's Gatts with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist, infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support. Red team, some chaos fellas. PrimalPattern is a chaos lord, a durable and destructive hero, walking through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. Some Black Legion, DanceCommander alongside with a chaos sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, the Night Lord's elite scheme. Rounded off the red team, 7 Constantine is a force commander. Very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. They are on the east side against that Lictor Alpha, who, what did he flesh hook, bud? Maybe they flesh hooked a Marine? Usually they try to flesh hook a scout and take him out. Double Hormagaunts marauding through the west side for dice roll. Double Termagants for the other Tyranid players. Looks like it's just going to be the Chaos Lord here. They probably don't want to surround the Chaos Lord though, because of Kill the Weak. Oh, the CSM were hiding in the garrison. Here comes some heretics. Doom Blast. And not quite run, but back away cautiously. Maybe you should run though, fellas. There's another Doom Blast. Those Hormagaunts are really, really low. Still have 4 models, 3 models. I think they're going to be alright. What about the other guys though? 3 models also. And Chaos did take the VP, so I think it's a win for them. There's double CSM for PrimalPattern. They lost some heretics, but they did more damage to the double Hormagaunts, I think. And they should be able to force off the Hive Tyrant and just march back to the west side with the VP already capped. Maybe we'll see a combi flamer over here from PrimalPattern. Hive Tyrant wants to fight again. Ricardo's very aggro at the moment. Oh, they have the rending talons as well. You might have seen the seismic roar earlier. Meanwhile, in the mid, Sparkky's Hive Tyrant, Rodriguez, has found some Chaos Space Marines to try and snack on, forcing off the Chaos Sorcerer. Termagants with Toxin Sacks, more damage, more health, and crippling poison. These guys don't have it though. What about you fellas? For Gatts? Nope. Do have Adrenal Gland Warriors though. And a Warrior Brood on the way for Sparkky. Oh, he didn't quite decap it, fellas. Is that because they were skillfully dodging the grenade, or did they just attack them too quickly? Red team capping the western wreck point now. And we do have a combi flamer Chaos Lord. Lots of fun. Burn stuff, shoot the crap out of stuff while you're chasing it around as well. There is that decap confirmed. And it's double CSM also for DanceCommander. Nothing else up yet for 7. Constantine. Shotguns are in, I guess. And here comes Artificer Armor for a tankier Force Commander. This is a bad place to be, Marines. Trying to run into melee to tie up the double Termagants, but that's a lot of damage they were taking. And the Lictor Alphas here, and CSM coming in. Oh, CSM are their allies, that's right. I remember things. Where's the Warrior Brood? What are they up to? These guys provide a basic synapse themselves, start off as a power melee unit. They're trying to bait the Kill the Weak, I guess. Also have that little leap into combat. Sparkky with a Ravener Brood on the way. Gatts has a Ravener Brood up. They start with ranged Devourer weapons. And it's like 18, is it like 18 DPS or something? It's pretty good. I think they do more damage per model than a Tactical Marine. Don't have heavy infantry armor, and they don't have as many hit points, of course. Flame attacks are in. Looks like they're still on melee mode, though. Yep, they're still on melee mode. Grenade doesn't hit anything. Hormagaunts coming in, munching on some scouts. And Marines down to a single model. Very risky little push there from 7 Constantine. They could have lost their entire army if that went a little bit worse. Meanwhile, who's this? It is Ricardo and a bunch of Chaos Fire. Double Termagants backing out of it. Where's the crippling poison? I guess they've used it already or something. Double Hormagaunts on the gens. Double Hormagaunts and double Termagants. I quite like this opening. Do they both have Toxin Sacs and Adrenal Glands? No, only Toxin Sacs to help control the Chaos Lord. Now we see the double CSM. They don't have Eternal War though, and those Heretics don't have an Aspiring Champion either. Maybe they should against double Hormagaunt, say. Oh, they've wiped now. They can replace them. Oh, there's tier 2 for PrimalPattern. Was that a Bioplasma shot? Did you do it? It looked like they were winding up for it and then gave up. We have improved Synapse as well. What about Sparkky? Improved Synapse here also. Once they get to tier 2, Primal will have enough for a Blood Crusher, I believe. So you might see that. More Chaos Fire. And they rebuy those 2 gens. Really good push from Dice Roll. Wiped the Heretics and got some power bashing done. Meanwhile, east side is Gatts with Ravener Brood and Warrior Brood. Much like Sparkky, it has got them in a different order. Heretics with Aspiring Champion for DanceCommander. Thought about going in. Decided to hang back and worship Tzeentch. I guess they knew that there was double crippling poison there. These guys take the garrison where they'll be relatively safe. There's no Barbed Strangler on the field. PrimalPattern in tier 2 get some Heretics up. And double Havocs for DanceCommander. I wonder if that's a mistake. And they've left them on Overwatch build. Maybe. Heretics had to hop to it and do some Doom Blasting to save their Havoc buddies. And they really did, didn't they? Hormagaunt's able to leap over stuff because they're in Synapse range. And this Adrenal Glands gives them a combat leap, which isn't the same thing. Hive Tyrant, face tanking Heavy Bolter. Won't be suppressed by it, but will take increasing damage as they get close. And they might need to flee sooner. They got in. They got in on that second squad. Ravener Brood with a Burrow Strike. Hormagaunt's getting in. Double CSM with Eternal War there to pump out some piercing DPS. Heretics make it out. I think they should throw those double CSM into melee. They killed one Ravener Brood model. Here comes the Hive Tyrant. Decent special there. Havoc's made it out. Raveners, I think, yeah, only dropped one model. That was not bad. PrimalPattern did not go for an early Blood Crusher. I'm not sure what they're up to. Over 100 power in the bank. Bloodletters would have been great as well, I think. Typically a good shout against Tyranids. Bioplasma time. I missed. How much damage does it do? Does it tell me? Does not tell me here. Probably tells you on the tooltip for the actual ability. But look at that. Another power bash by Dice Roll. They've done some really good work on this side so far. Havoc's grabbing their natural VP back. Venom Brood on the way for Dice Roll. Some relatively late tier 2s for Sparkky and DanceCommander. And more power bashing on the east side. Red team are really pinned back. Nobody has the contested victory point though. What's this? It's a Chaos Lord. Gets a good kill a week. Could do some immolate now maybe. Nope, they're getting stuck into melee. Havoc setting up here for DanceCommander. The other one's coming up too. Let the galaxy burn. One decent hit on the Raveners there. That's from Armor of the Inferno. You just kind of aim the general area and then the fireballs come out as they wish. I don't know what its effect is here on the Sorcerer. It looked like a crippling poison effect. Sword of Flame is in. Ravener's getting free shots on the Heretics and then he gets suppressed. And then they have to pay for those shots. Looks like they survive with one loss for now. Here comes Sparkky's army. Rodriguez still level 1 with improved Synapse. Ricardo also level 1 despite the great work here from Dice Roll. Not necessarily able to kill a bunch of models. And most of them were perhaps Heretics that don't give that much XP. What about the Lictor Alpha? No war gear for this guy, still level 1 also. Level 3 Chaos Lord, level 2 Sorcerer, level 2 Force Commander with Iron Halo. But the Halo is down. Shotgun Blast comes in just in time. Force Commander stays in play. Ballsy push again from 7 Constantine. They have Plasma attacks and the Flame attacks. They should make short work of this power. Might even get a decap. Of course, Commander drops their Iron Halo to regenerate some energy back, but they need to be very careful. Okay, they run. They're not going to try and get the decap right now. They back off and stay in play, which is often the best thing to do. Just keeping something in the field so you don't get your side pushed. Sorcerer throws up Chains of Torment. And they almost wiped those Raveners. The grenade couldn't quite get close enough there. Oh, they got them! They did get them. The Curse of Indrid strikes again. The most powerful weapon in the game. Chaos Sorcerer is level 3. Those guys flee. I guess they got a bit too close there as they were chasing. Still level 1 Lictor. Should get deadly jump so he can jump the double CSM. The double tack, sorry. Or the double CSM, I guess. At the moment, the Lictor's just kind of running in, doing a few attacks and getting repelled. They can't sneak in because of the scouts. So they need that deadly jump. And where's the Barb Strangler? Oh, they've gone Adrenal Glands. I guess no Barb Strangler. That would also be pretty good here to shut down the double tacks. Oh no, Ricardo's fallen over. There's a Chaos Dreadnought here for PrimalPattern in its default state with an autocannon. Double Marco Zinc CSM as well from PrimalPattern. Fully upgraded with a ton of war and Aspiring Champion pumping out huge amounts of anti-infantry damage. 285 to 414. Zinch is waiting for you here. Some infiltration and Marco Zinc CSM, also a Doom Bolts flying in there earlier. And there's the Chains of Torment. Look at the range. Shutting down all of that movement. Including the Hive Tyrant, of course. Well played, DanceCommander. They've got an autocannon on these guys. These guys still with a heavy bolter. Space Marine Dreadnought on the way for 7 Constantine. Looks like they had a bit of a rough fight just now, but they're reinforcing up. And the Force Commander's still on his feet. Chaos Lord levels to 4. This is a bad place to be for the Hormagaunts. They wipe, and those guys had Adrenal Glands. Those were dice rolls. These guys also have Adrenal Glands. Ricardo's so close to leveling. So close. 248 to 414. Decent VP lead for the red team. They did get their power bashed quite a bunch, but they've done good on VPs, that's for sure. And they're looking relatively even now. I mean, they have 2 Dreadnoughts on the red team, which is kind of a big deal. They do have double Venom Broods, though, with ranged Synapse as well. And that's a strange place to put your Brood Nest. I don't know why you do that. You can already reinforce off your HQ. It does give you some more health regen, but it's such a small amount, it's not worth putting in base. That's a bad move, I think, for Rodriguez. No, they have some backup now. I thought they were going to get pummeled by the Mark of Zinch CSM. Tyranids coming in force. Chaos Lord in amongst some Termagants. Can now maybe tie up the Venom Brood. Maybe get a Synapse Backbash as another really good Chains of Torment. You can shoot the central mass as you saw there. Well played from Dice Roll to break it. Havoc's on the way for PrimalPattern. Not sure where the Dreadnought is. Looks like they've gone Assault Cannon. It's on the east side and it seems to be safe. They found a Lictor Alpha, who almost just got dead right there. In fact, they might still wipe. In fact, they do still wipe. Some Marco Zinc CSM just to make sure. But I think the Space Marines had it. Power bashing from the Tyranids. Maybe it's worth really pushing hard with your Tyranids because they can't defend areas that well. I mean, you can set up later maybe with a Brood Nest and some Capillary Towers and stuff, but it might be worth just pushing hard for those power bashes and then trying to leapfrog in tech with Carnifexes coming out. Gatts is tier 3. DanceCommander goes tier 3. A Gene Stealer Brood on the field for Dice Roll. And this Dreadnought is a problem. Big old problem. Gatts does not have a Venom Brood. They need some help from Sparkky, maybe. I don't think Dice Roll will go all the way over there. Here's the Gene Stealer's melee superiority unit. Powerful power melee damage. They heal on hit. And they can use Adrenal Rush to give them various buffs, including more healing on hit. Nasty guys to be fighting, especially since those fellas have melee synapse support from this warrior brood here. And improved synapse from the Hive Tyrant. Down goes the Dreadnought, Chaos Dreadnought that is. And crushing claws for Dice Roll now. Ricardo isn't messing around anymore, and they're up to level 3, I should say. Meanwhile, east side, Space Marine Dreadnought just got an Electroshock Grubs, I think. Yep, and this guy had a Venom Cannon before they fell over. That's Rodriguez. Oh, I think they used Warp on the Dreadnought. I wondered where the hell he went. That was the Sorcerer helping it out there. Level 5. Lictor Alpha, still no war gear on this guy. It's a nasty amount of firepower. And you've got Marco Zinc, CSM, and an autocannon. Lictor Alpha gets the revive, they both run away. And there's that Venom Cannon. Effective versus large targets. Who's this? Oh no. Ricardo fell over. The Gene Stealers made it out without a model loss, actually. And Warrior Brood as well. Yeah, no Brood Nest on this side. Just one strangely put in base by Sparkky. I guess maybe it'll take a few seconds off the time to get back into the field, maybe. These Termagants are going to get caught quite badly, I think. So the Hormagaunts, it turns out. Termagant's backing away. Force Commander with a Thunder Hammer just slotted in the teleporter pack as well. There it goes. And there's that special attack from the Force Commander's hammer. Sending everything flying. Needs to be careful though. Getting quite low here. Can't teleport out. Need to create some space and run. There we go. Are they okay? Where's the flesh hook? There it is. And it gets it done. Still no war gear for the Lictor Alpha. Kicking off on the west side. They got pretty close to the Havocs. Double heavy bolter Havocs for PrimalPattern, but they are able to turn and get the Gene Stealers out of there. Ricardo, the Hive Tyrant, level 4 now. Taking huge amounts of damage, but dealing huge amounts of damage. Needs to run soon. There's the run. Havocs need to turn slightly. Oh, and move up as well. Heretics get crippling poisoned. 177 to 352. Chaos retain the Western VP. Look at this though. Lictor Alpha getting through onto their natural. Heretics can see the Lictor Alpha because of the aspiring champion there. And they're gonna fight him a bit. Not all of them could get around him, but he gets a decat. And it's getting some more gear. There we go. Adrenal glands is it on the way. Generic kind of more energy, more health kind of thing. Doesn't give you an ability. Tyranno formation. Some decent hits there. Also spawns these spires which give you buffs. And quite a powerful short range, short duration buff. I think that's what you see, that effect on those units there. Around their feet. And it does grant a lesser permanent buff. Which is why it's a good idea to destroy them. Dreadnought of Constantine now with Dark Age of technology. Decent barrage there. Marines are getting messed up though. And they're not running. They pop and they show no fear. Lost their sergeant. Something's coming in though. It is Assault Terminators for 7th Constantine. That's going to change the fight. Knew they were coming in, I guess. Start off with those Thunderhammers, west side. Hey, a Brood Nest from Dice Roll. Could maybe try to put it behind the bunker or behind this thing so it can't be seen or shot at as easily, but they've just thrown it in there. Some Chaos Terminators hits the field. from DanceCommander. And they are going autocannon. 141-352. Decent VP lead for the red team. More Venom Brood in tier 3 for Gatts. Terminators demoralizing things when they kill them. Taking a bunch of damage. Are they going to teleport away? Oh, plasma shot gets in there. Now Rodriguez is getting shot at. They killed a Terminator. They're like 40 power to reinforce, I think. 141 to 333. Here come more Tyranids. Oh, and those guys have a barbed strength. Look at the difference it makes to that fight. Wins the fight so fast sometimes. Shut down the double CSM. I mean, they might have been able to just overpower them anyway, but they did not want to hang around. There's adrenal glands. More health regen, more energy regen. Only 100 health, eh? I guess it's only 20 power. Another Tyranno formation. Havoc, so you're going to make it out, guys? Gene Stealers say no, they did not make it out. PrimalPattern now down to 2 units all of a sudden, and a Neurothrope on the way for dice roll. Great choice here with the 2 Terminators on the field. Dreadnoughts in a precarious position, maybe, backed up by Lightning Claw Assault Terminators, though, who will mince through all the Tyranid infantry super well. Down goes a Lictor Alpha. Terminators teleporting forward. Well, I guess technically backward, but towards the Termagant Broods. Now they're going to fight Ricardo the Hive Tyrant, and they will kill him pretty fast. And there's 40 Emperor on them as well, I think. They were doing huge amounts of damage. Another Tyranno formation. Force Commander teleported in and then immediately turned around for some reason. Oh, they retreated. Okay. Can't see the indicator for them anymore. Rodriguez going for the revive. Gets it. But I don't think they're going to get away. Took their time to retreat, eh? Oh, and the Lictor Alpha went down too. And there is the Paroxysm from the Neurothrope. That is percentage-based damage. Very effective against high health units such as Terminators. Also does extra damage because it's psychic versus their super heavy infantry armor. Meant to represent psychic damage, you know, not caring how much armor you have. So it does extra versus heavy and super heavy. Meanwhile, double cap for blue. Powerful ranged force here for DanceCommander. Double Havocs, double CSM, and Terminators all shooting at you potentially. Where are the Havocs though? Oh, they're on the west side. Are they both? Yeah, they're both autocannons now. Nasty weapons. Lightning Claw, Chaos Terminators now for PrimalPattern. And they're on the VP, look. Gonna be a 2-to-1 for red. But for how long? They should all get Neurothropes, I think. It is very tempting to get Carnifexes though all the time. I assume it stacks. If you throw more than one Paroxysm on the same place, do all the effects stack? Or is it like one Paroxysm effect at a time? I guess you could chain them together if it doesn't stack. Swarmlord on the way for Sparkky. Feel like it's been a while since I've seen a Swarmlord. That's going to be fun. Super unit for Tyranids. Tyranids pushing west side. Just a wave of them. Not very subtle. But they might get the job done. Gene Stealers doing huge amounts of damage to the Terminators. They will take huge amounts of damage back though. Lots of revives for dice roll. There we go. Ricardo leveling up. There is the Paroxysm on nothing though. Hit nothing with it. Did the Terminators teleport out of there or something? Getting some good basic attacks in though, the Neurothrope. I feel like maybe the basic attack should do a bit more damage for that guy. I'm not sure how much it is. I think the Zone Thropes do 70. I don't think it's too much more than that. Gotta be careful though, because it doesn't do friendly fire and it's like instantaneous, so I guess they can't make it too high. double Swarm Lords and more Gene Stealers. This is going to be nuts. These guys support Gene Stealers really well with movement buffs and a reinforcement synapse. Those guys came to the wrong area. This Dreadnought is still going. Level 3 with Dark Age. Very, very tough. Second Swarm Lords hitting the field now. And did Dice Roll get those Gene Stealers out, or did they get cancelled? We have double Gene Stealers here. Keeping them in their power melee state. You can give those guys heavy melee claws, but keeping them power melee is more useful against all this infantry, since you get a damage bonus, whereas heavy melee wouldn't. It would just do full damage. More useful against vehicles, of course, though. Alrighty, what do they do here? That's a nasty army running towards you, Gatts. Quite rightly, they back the hell off. They do have a Swarm Lord, who would do very well against the Terminators with claws, because the claws are power melee, and the Swarm Lord has vehicle armor. They go straight for the Dreadnought. Nope, they turn and go for the Terminators. Some action on the west side as well. Imperial Abyss from PrimalPattern. I don't think the Abyss hit that much. Or did it? Did they lose a Gene Stealer Brood? I only see one there. Unless there's one in the field somewhere. That is Sparkky's Swarm Lord and Sparkky's Hive Tyrant. Gonna get the cat. There's the 2-to-1. Not for very long though, I don't think. 56 to 156. Look at this though. Oh, here's the other Gene Stealers. They are alive. Dice Roll got them up on the VP. And they got a decap. Those guys will infiltrate if you leave them idle for a while. I think Gatts needs to really push that central VP now incredibly hard. They have the double. And they need to try and keep it. Scouts getting too close. They couldn't see those Gene Stealers, I think. They were capping though, weren't they? They should have been able to see them. Can't infiltrate while you're capped. Gatts is quite rightly pushing on the VP. They're going to wipe something. That's Marines there, and they do wipe. And those guys had a Sergeant. Dreadnought getting... What was it doing? Why was it in melee? Getting too close. Flesh hooks the Fool's Commander and goes after him. Anything else for the Lictor Alpha here? No other war gear for this guy. Lightning Claw Terminators. Can't really fight the Swarm Lord. They do have some Assault Cannon Terminators as well. The west side is still blue for the Tyranids. I hear lots of Tyranids dying over there though. Oh. Bloodletters spawning in from DanceCommander to help out. The Circle of Summoning. Keeping up the pressure though is Gatts. Everything can reinforce off of this Swarm Lord is wise. Oh, Lictor Alpha goes down. They got the VP though. It's a double 56-52. Back to the west. Gene Stealer's doing some work. That's a Crushing Claws. Hive Tyrant as well. The other Gene Stealers are gonna try to ignore the Chaos Lord, I think. And maybe they could all pile in on these Terminators. No, they're going for him. They're going for him. Double Termagant's helping out. I think Tyranids will get this back. I think they will. Who's this? Heretics going for the VP. Swarm Lord might have seen them though. Have they? Nope. They were given an order to go west. Raveners have seen the Heretics. They might be able to get a decap still. No, they do not. They flee. Tyranids take the west side. There's another brood nest up. Well, unless it's the same one. Dark Flames thrown in. Running out of time. The red team is so close. Good comeback from Tyranids. Good aggression when they needed it. Carnifex on the field here for Sparkky. No upgrade yet. Tyrant formation goes in. Providing all those buffs. 1-to-1 cap now. They were able to decap that west side. Swarm Lords have been awesome so far. That Neurotrope as well. Great unclean one on the way for PrimalPattern. Oh, Hive Tyrant goes down. A little bit sloppy from Sparkky. foot dice roll should be able to get an easy revive. There's another brood nest back there too. Brood nests are awesome. They got a lot more expensive over time. I think they're like 175 now or something. Used to be that they were only 100, I think. Almost doubled in cost from the old days. And I think their healing rate also got nerfed. There's a paroxysm. I'm not sure if the Great Unclean One's going to have a big impact here. 1-to-1 cap again. Force Commander got the decap with a teleport in, I imagine. Lictor Alpha should have flesh hooked him off. Didn't do it. Big mistake. Because they're not going to let them cap it with Battle Cry going on. 2-to-1 for red. Great Unclean One is going to make an impact. Here he is. Is that a Thornback? It's a Thornback Carnifex. Needs to charge out if it can. He might have charged in though. It's going to go down here. But they have the VP. Can they hold it though? Sparkky is revived and runs away. Should have kept it in play, I think, that Hive Tyrant, and just kept it at the back, shooting that Venom Cannon. Single cap for blue. Is this enough? 32-5. They are getting their natural back. I think they've done enough here. There it is. So not a big impact for the big fella. He looks hungry as well, doesn't he? What an awesome game though. Incredibly close. Level 8 Hive Tyrant for dice roll. Level 4 for Sparkky. Level 4 Lictor Alpha. I mean, he kept on going. Wasn't the most effective combatant, but did some good capping, some good flesh hooks. Level 10 Chaos Lord. Level 10 Sorcerer. Level 5 Force Commander. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching this one. It was awesome. And I'll see you next time.